I was 11 years old, I found myself in boarding school. Not any boarding school. It was the mother house of the Ursuline nuns. I come from Germany, and I grew up in a house full of freedom and love. My parents were lovebirds, and we had so much freedom and love within our family. My two brothers were sent to regular schools, but my sister and myself, at the age of 10, 11, my parents thought, these girls have beauty, these girls have good breeding, we better not only give them a good education, but protect them. Well, that protection was behind walls that were 30, 40 feet high, and a very restricted way of existence. I never forget that day when Mother Superior put her hands on my shoulder. It was a cold, bony hand, and she said to me, pushing me down, "Angelika, you just threw your life away. You will never have a decent life." It affected me. What happened? We were just at an outing in the village, and there was a bumper car right there. And I snuck out of the row and had 1 minute of joy. But there was a boy in that car as well. Back to the school. And that's how I threw my life away. It affected me throughout my life in many ways. In my relationships, I had 2 marriages, although actually a third one, because I married my second husband twice. But I was always the one who felt had to leave, because I got scared about maybe the other would leave, my partner. But all of this changed about 10 years ago, when I found not only myself, but I found that fear was really the most destructive force in the universe. And this is why I became a champion to eliminate or evaporate or dismantle fear. What is the impact of fear? Fear is a destructive force on our planet. It is a robber of freedom. It is a thief of happiness. And it is a barrier to peace. In our personal lives, it really prevents us from knowing who we really are. So in your personal life, whether it's in your relationships or with your children or in your business or with your community or in your worldview, just imagine you had no fear. You would be open enough to really see the truth. But it is very, very difficult to see the truth. Why? Because the trickster is our ego. The ego is the illusionist. It always tells us what to do, how we have to hold back to be safe. It makes us believe that there is no safety out there, that we don't have enough because somebody else has more, that there may not be enough to go around. The ego, of course, is a very ancient safety system, and we do have it. All of us have it. That's why fear is universal. But how can we find out where the illusion is and where the truth is, when fear and the ego that is attached to fear always pulls us back? Let me just tell you where this fear actually comes from. In our primal existence, when our bodies were created, the croc brain, our reptilian brain, was a very important system to keep us alive. There were only 3 things that the croc brain was concerned about. And those 3 things were, first, can I eat it? Second, could I be eaten? And third, can I mate with it? That was it. That was all that was important back then. Of course, we still have this, and that's why it's important to dismantle fear now, because the croc brain is still the filter through which everything has to go. In today's translation, the first point would be, can I eat it? Would be, does it give me value? The second, may I be eaten is there a threat to me? Is it safe for me? And the third one, can I mate with it? Would be, does it give me pleasure? So we are still dealing with all of these issues. In order to let go of fear, you have to understand what is real and where the illusion is. Reality is what is in the now, and your body always creates reality as soon as you think in the past, from the past, an experience from the past, when you bring it into the now, or you think out in the future. That very thought becomes reality in the now. So this is why it is important to guard our thoughts and to examine, is it real? Is it illusion? So how do we do this? By asking a very simple question. Where does it come from? My thought. Who has told me this? Truth? And we already know that whatever we project in the future is an illusion. It is not reality. It cannot be reality because in the future it hasn't happened yet. So our brain is constantly adjusting to what could be real, what could be fiction. But the major power is really to pull us always back into safety, because you have survived. Our ancestors have survived. Others didn't. That's why you are here. So it is not really a bad thing, ego that brings you into safety. But you see, fear is not even a thing, but it is an energetic and chemical reaction in your body to an outside event or circumstance. So whenever you feel fear, ask yourself, where does this come from? And understand that it is part of your ancient system. But we also have a modern system, and our brain has evolved, and the neocortex is very, very evolved and imaginative and can create anything because you are actually unlimited. So I compare the ego that is attached to fear or uses fear in order to imprison you, keep you boxed in, tells you you are not good enough, you shouldn't do this, don't dare to get out of this place. And what is the other? Who are you really? Who are you? You are not this body, you are not the ego. Your most powerful ally and who you really are is your soul. Your ego is a dwarf compared to your soul. Your soul is a fear buster. So if you can end your life with your soul, with that which is immortal, that which has chosen to come into this life, in this body that you have now, to experience this lifetime, if you can align with your soul essence, fear would already evaporate. And let me tell you, you are here for a reason. Your soul knows it, and every cell in your body was coded to be here at this time. You are here to bring in a new humankind. Every one of you who is here on this planet now has a choice to either listen to the call and move into a higher awareness, or to just witness. So let me ask you, why have you come here? Just to witness, or to play a bigger role? That bigger role you can play by choice at any time. If you allow your light to shine, because you are a brilliant light, no matter what your experience, your life experience was or is, it has nothing to do with it. Your soul essence is brilliant and untarnished. So I ask you, what is your choice? Would you allow to be transformed like the caterpillar transforms into the butterfly? You can. Are you willing to let go of the ego and the fear and step forward to be seen, to shine your light for others to follow? Are you ready? Because actually you are. Only your mind tells you, oh no, I'm not good enough. What if? How could this new awareness be threatening to my situation? Let go of it. And of course there are ways of coming into your own stillness, into your own deeper super consciousness. If you already practice meditation, you know how to get to this inner state of perfect alignment with who you really are. If you have challenges with coming into a place of quietness and stillness, because this is the only place where you can receive the whisper from your soul. If you have challenges like this, I can help you. I have been given a gift some time ago from Spirit, and I practice it myself because in my own challenge and stressful situations from the past, I found that whenever I put my hands together and bring them to my forehead, it was automatically a turning inside of myself. So I have developed a hand meditation. If your mind is busy and fractured and frazzled, as soon as you bring your hands together and just focus on the sensation in your hand and maybe trace with one hand down through the palms of your hand, you feel your mind immediately gets occupied with the sensation of feeling. And as soon as you do this, maybe just close your eyes, you will feel that your breath slows down. And if you do this for a couple of minutes, turning just inside and just focus on the sensation you're feeling your hand. So there is no mantra, nothing to do, but just focus on the sensation. You will come into your inner self, into your inner awareness. So practice this. You can do this at any time. It only takes a few minutes, and it interrupts the fear cycle. How does it feel for you to walk in the shadow of doubt and fear and anxiety? It is not a good feeling. You know the part of you that is who you really are, knows unerringly who you are and why you are here. So the conflict is really between your ego and all that you are. And your higher self will never interfere with your mind. So your mind can be used for a good and for a beneficial reason, or it can be used to pull you down. So be careful what you think. And whenever you feel that your mind is taking you into fear, just become aware where it shows up, because there is a place within your body where it shows up. How does it feel? It could feel like a stabbing, or it can feel like strangling, or like a burning sensation. Wherever it shows up, put your hands on that part of your body and just allow yourself to be with this part of your body, breathing into this part of your body, and send loving kindness into this part of your body. If you cannot feel love for yourself, think of a newborn baby, of anything that brings a feeling of compassion and love and caring. But you see, you have this inner child. This beautiful being is within you anyway. And your higher self can become a protector of this inner child. Your soul self can be used to heal any pain, any situation, any doubt, any fear, because it brings you into what is true. And your truth is that you are a child of this universe. You are unlimited. And you have a choice to embody this at this time, at this incredible time of the movement into a new era, an evolutionary shift into a higher awareness, into a higher consciousness. You will be doing it anyway. The question is, do you do it with conscious awareness, or being dragged and pulled through this whole experience, which will probably raise your fear factor? So I call upon you to make a choice. Are you willing to connect with your soul self, to become all that you can be, to step fully into your presence, into the essence of who you really are? Are you? Because it is the now that asks for this decision. The now is right now. The time is short. It is happening. You know it. You can see it all around you. Changes are happening in nature and in people around you. So in order to also embrace the whole world, embrace yourself with loving kindness. And know that every soul on this planet, in their essence, is connected to you. You are not alone. You are never alone. You are connected to everything there is, also through the unified field with every other soul and being on this planet. Do not allow distractions and frequencies of fear to interrupt this beautiful communication. The fear that you feel within your body is also very destructive to your physical health. It sends distractions and it scrambles frequencies, and it doesn't allow your body to perform to its perfection. You can have all of this if you just step into who you really are. I invite you and I call upon you to make this decision right now. If you could see what I see in you, all your fears would evaporate instantly. I am Angelika Christie, and I am your freedom whisperer.